Well, welcome to the Fine Woodworker Studio day. Today we're going to show you a little bit about how easy it is to put together one of our cedar chest kits. After you've unwrapped your package, you want to lay out your parts and of course check them over to make sure everything works well. And what we're going to do is you'll notice that one is thicker than the other. This is the bottom of the chest and this is the top of the chest. Looks a little better that way. And what we're going to do is we're going to line it up so that the bottom gets put together first. So we'll lay out our parts. We have a back and a side, and we're going to lay that so, let's see, so when it stands up, you'll be all set to put the other part in. So I'm going to move over and get the other end and line that up. Of course, the wide part is going to come up. The narrower part will stay down. And now we're going to move our little shims out of the way, and we line up the back. And it looks like we're all set to go. What we like to do is always do a dry run. That way you know exactly what's going to happen before you start putting things together. So I'm going to stand this up, and we'll show you in a minute just how to apply the glue to these surfaces. Because if you use too much glue and put it in this little groove here, you'll create a very difficult glue situation because the glue will not move out of that. So we're going to stand this up, and they're fairly well machined, so that will just stand there, kind of. You want to always make sure. And we're going to do the other end. And we stand it up and slide the locking miter corner together. And when this is glued, it'll hold better. Right now it's kind of free to fall over, but it's nice to have two people do this, but one person can. So I'm going to slowly line up this side, and then I'm going to go over and do the other side so that that's locked in. Now, what we're interested in doing is making sure that these are perfectly flush, because that's where the bottom floor is going to attach. So make sure that they're flush. You can make adjustments in the top later if you have to. I don't think you will, but you want to make sure those are tight. Then we want to practice putting on the clamps. So over here we have a couple of shim pieces that help protect the wood from the clamps. And here we have a pipe clamp, which of course is adjustable. Now you want to be careful when you do that so that you don't bend anything or dent anything. You want your clamps to come up just a little to this side. Stay away from the very edge of it in case you have any glue squeezing out. You don't want it to glue to that little shim. So we got one clamp. I like to do the one on top first. That way it secures that part. And now we have to raise this up a little bit so that you can turn it. And we'll put this clamp together. So there we are. We have checking that. That's good. And then we will do the other side. First, I like to make a puddle of glue on a piece of scrap. That just speeds up the gluing process. And then, because we want this fairly even, I'm going to use a brush. On the front and the back piece, you want to make sure to only put the glue in the trough on the bottom. If we get glue in this crack here, then there's no place for the glue to go when you're putting it together, and it becomes a hindrance to your glue joint. So first I'll get the glue on the end, and then I'm going to flip over the end piece, and now here the trough is on the top. So I'll getting a little bit of squeeze out there. We can wipe that off. Just make sure we get good glue spread out. There we go. And we do all sides. There's 8 pieces to glue, or 8 glue sections. There's another way to do that. That's right out of the bottle. Run a nice bead right down the groove. And then take your finger and spread it out. There. Wipe off the excess. Go to the next. This works nice as well.
Now, you want it filmed?
Now we go back. We flip over.
Wait. Start over now. 1, 2.
So we're ready to glue.
I'm going to say 1, 2. All right. 1, 2. You're not ready to glue. You already glued. You're ready to clamp. Assemble. Okay. Start over.
Okay, I gotta turn this one over. Okay,
go.
Okay, we've got the glue on all 8 edges, and we want to move fairly quickly now. Remember to turn these over so we can lay up the bottom of the chest will be on the top. So we stand up our end piece, and we stand up our front or back, and then put our glue joint together. Just kind of hand tighten it. Make sure that it's flush on the top. Any adjustments can be made with a simple tap. And then we do the other end. Make sure you do the two ends before you try to put the back or front on. Looks good. Just tap it a little bit. Now the glue will help hold that. But if you're working by yourself, you still have to be careful. It's nice to have help when you do this. It's less likely to drop something, and it's always a nice excuse to have a party. Bring a friend in to help you put this together. There we are, checking our flush joints. And now we're ready to assemble. So we get our little wood supports to help protect the wood. Our clamp ready. And we clamp that on, making sure that we don't have glue touching a little block that protects the surface from the. Tighten that up. Check our joint again. That's nice and flush. And we get our bottom piece, our bottom clamp. Keep high enough to turn that screw there. We want to bring this in slowly. Maybe even tap it a little. I have a little hammer here to make sure that that joint comes together. Start. We want to, of course, check for square once all the clamps are in place. I see we're a little bit out. So what we want to do is to bring this side over a little bit. So we'll try to tap that over. Bring that side over or this side over a little bit. Tap it. See if that works well. That's much better. We're going to check this one as well. And that looks pretty